You hear all kinds of statistics and averages about retirement. Here are some of the most common. You should aim to have 80% of your pre-retirement income for retirement income. The 95% rule that aims to give retirees a 95% chance of not running out of money. The 10 times retirement rule, suggesting savings of 10 times your pre-retirement income by age 67. The dynamic spending strategy, and the famous 4% safe withdrawal rate. Your life, your spending, your expenses, they're unique to you. So there's no cookie cutter formula that's going to assist you in fine-tuning your individual needs. I say this with confidence because averages can be misleading, such as the average American family has 1.94 children under the age of 18. And yet I don't know of anyone that has a fractional child. You'll find that averages, like the average return, have no correlation to actual returns. The portfolio that I manage of 7 stocks returned 97% over the 2023-2024 calendar years, while the S&P 500 was 51%. So, do I use my own experience or an average? And you can find the principles and strategies of my portfolio in my video, Investing in Stocks Like a Professional. Now, the rules I just identified are like trying to solve a math problem with only 33% of the calculation. We're going to dig deeper into this, but the other 66% requires your own average investment yields and your actual expenses in retirement to formulate a plan specifically for you. You know how much money that you spend each month? I can tell you as a financial advisor for 33 years, the majority of people, they don't have a clue. But here's the fast answer. Pull out your checking statements, your Apple Pay, your credit card statements for the last 6 months, and then add the totals per month, and then average the 6-month total. If you're already at retirement, you have the actual expenses of retirement. If you're within the last few years prior to retirement, I would eliminate any expenses that will be paid off by retirement. Hopefully, we're talking your mortgage, your car payments, credit card debt. Then go ahead and make the expense calculation one more time, excluding those debts paid off by retirement. You can also download a budget calculator online, or you can open up an Excel spreadsheet to itemize your spending. Make these calculations on a monthly and an annual basis. And don't forget things like income and property taxes, insurance, emergencies, repairs, leisure activities, and on. But make sure that the list is inclusive. That's the first step of calculating what you're going to need for retirement. Next, make a list of all the sources of income during retirement. It may include Social Security benefits for yourself and a spouse, any passive income from other investments like dividends or rental property, any pensions you may have, and then any part-time work. So on one side of the page, you're going to have your expenses. And then on the other side, you can have your income. And then the difference between the total expenses and your total income, that's going to determine what you're going to need to supplement from your retirement account. I'm going to break down average annual returns into 3 categories. The first one being an all equities portfolio. And I'm going to use the S&P 500, the 60-year average return of 10.2%. Next, a blended portfolio. It should be about 60% equities and 40% fixed income. A laddered bond portfolio of about 7.72%. And lastly, a blended portfolio of 40% equities, 60% fixed income of 6.48%. Now, for you to use an all equities calculation, your own personal average returns must either match or exceed the S&P 500 average of 10.2%. Even when I outperform the S&P 500, I don't use more than 10.2% for my own calculations. Now, to calculate the distribution rate, I take those averages and then I back out 3% to allow for the continued growth of the portfolio. So in doing so, withdrawal rates on the equities is 7.2%. The 40-60 blend is 4.72%. And the 60-40 blend is 3.45%. So now the next question is, well, then how do I calculate the investments needed to fund that shortage based on my own average return? And to do this, I'm going to go ahead and take that shortage amount of $35,640, and I'm going to divide it by the distribution rate. So the example of the all equities was 7.2%. And that calculation turns out that you would need an income stream based on $495,000 in a retirement account. For the 40-60 blend, it's about $750,000. And for the 40-60% blend, it's a little over $1 million. Now, the information contained in this video, it's my own opinion. It's not personalized financial advice. Every investor has a different risk tolerance and investment expectations. Should consult a professional advisor to make sure that your strategies align with your goals. I want to thank you for joining me today. And if you found this information helpful, please like and subscribe for future insight. And let's make it a prosperous day.